When I first met her, I gave her my passwords to my Instagram and my Facebook and shit like that to let her know that I'm being transparent, let her know that I'm trying to be real with her, trying to keep it 100.
All right, let's do it. Today, I bring you one more episode of Free Love Advice, the segment where I set up a little sign that says Free Love Advice, and usually in a public place because that's where people hang out. And I give free love advice to strangers on the street. Today, all the stories come from my trip to New York last month. These conversations specifically were taken in Washington Square Park on a very hot day. I think it was like 90, 95. At one point, I took my shirt off because I was roasting, because the best spot to set up was right in front of the arches, like the Washington Square Park arch. And so I set up on these big black marble benches. Obviously, this all sounds like a terrible idea because it was so hot and the benches were so hot. But that's the spot because that's where everybody wants to go and take the photo of the arch. And so it's an awesome place to set up because people can't help but see the sign. Giving free love advice isn't always easy because I'm often put on the spot. And of course, I'm not complaining. I put myself on the spot. But I want to give good, useful advice. I don't want to just give shitty advice. So oftentimes it takes me a little while to figure out what the underlying issue is, and then how can I best advise this person in a way that makes sense to them, because I can give advice that is exactly what I would do, but isn't feasible for them. You know, one of my favorite pieces of advice is break up. And some people just aren't ready to break up, despite how messed up they tell me their relationship is. They're just not willing to do that. So I put myself on the spot. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out what the best advice is, but I love doing it. I love talking to strangers and having them tell me issues or challenges that they have in their sex and their love life. So today we have 4 stories. I'm going to introduce every story right before the story. One thing I want to tell you right now is that the Love Drive, which is me, is seeking an intern. So I would like to provide this opportunity for maybe you to help me produce the Love Drive. And so this is an unpaid internship. I will, however, compensate you in a myriad of other ways. One of them being that I will teach you everything I know about building a brand, building a business, recording a podcast, social media, content creation and curation, how to schedule posts, WordPress administration, search engine optimization, how to give free love advice, obviously. So those are some of the benefits that you'll get from this internship. The internship is about 10 hours a week. That's what I'm sort of looking for right now. You'll also get me as your coach. So I will work with you. You will work with me and I will work with you on your sex life and your love life. And we will figure out together a solution for you to get what you want out of your sex and your love life. You'll also be the first to get a free love advice t-shirt, which I haven't made yet, but I am very excited to make. The reason why I want to make these t-shirts is because I recently got, not kicked out, but the head of operations of San Francisco Airport came up to me while I was giving free love advice. And she said that I don't have a license to give free love advice. And it's not legal to solicit anything in the airport. So basically the sign was the issue. So if I have a t-shirt that says free love advice, hopefully it won't be as effective as a sign, but I can point to it and tell people, hey, I'm giving some free love advice. So internship opportunity. If you're interested, I would be thrilled and over the moon if you applied. Go to thelovedrive.com/help. That's HELP, which is what I need. And hopefully we can work together. I'm excited. Are you excited? Okay. This first story is, there was a sneak peek of it last week on the Make Love Not Porn episode. And it's a conversation with a 67-year-old man who started the conversation in a way that a lot of men do, which is that they want me to explain to them what I'm doing. But the sign says free love advice, and I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. But I think people they think maybe it's a scam, or they think that once they sit down, I won't stop talking, or maybe that it's going to be recorded and put on the internet, which is true. This is what's happening right now. Anyways, just this gentleman, it took me a little bit to figure out how to help, but I love to help. My name is Sean. This is The Love Drive. Welcome to Free Love Advice, New York City edition. Now I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear me too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So how can I help you?
Well, like I said, I'm gay and I've had a boyfriend in the past, but it's been like 15, 20 years.
How long have you been? So you've been celibate, single for 15, 20 years?
Basically, yeah.
What would you like?
It's just someone to love, hang out with, live with or not. Maybe not. It would depend, but someone to be close to and to feel important with. And I have a lot of friends, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of friends from college, high school, etc. I do, but that's different.
Those aren't friends you're getting naked with.
No. Correct. Very correct. Yes.
Sounds like you'd like to get naked with someone.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And watch movies with, and I mean, it sounds like you want companionship.
Yeah. And well, my ex actually and I are still good friends, but I'm really not interested anymore in him. Does that make sense?
Well, that's why they're an ex.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And I think he feels the same way about me, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure he does.
No, it doesn't matter what he wants.
It's got to be two ways.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's not two ways, then forget it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how are you? I mean, okay, for people at home, you're a great looking man. You're well dressed.
I'm 66.
It doesn't matter. You're
No, I realize that sex has no age.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, you're an attractive man.
Yeah.
And you seem smart and with it and present.
I'm a teacher. I guess I'm smart. I'm a teacher.
Yeah. I mean, you're socially smart as well.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm curious.
Why am I single?
Well, how?
Fear.
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you scared of?
This may be trite, but commitment. And I know that's trite because you have to be committed to be with somebody, right? But
I mean, you
know
single.
what? I will say this, and not to interrupt you, but the older I get, the less afraid I am of commitment because I'm like, how much time do I have left? I mean, so I may as well commit, I mean, do I have 10 years, 20 years? I don't know.
Maybe in 10 years, you'll have no fear of commitment and you'll be ready to start dating again.
But I'll also be an old 76-year-old man.
That's true.
So, so why do I want to do that? So,
but why are you afraid of, what are you afraid of? What's the commitment piece that is scary to you?
Well, part of it is my fault. When you've been alone for a long time, you get set in your ways and I was telling my friend Bruce just yesterday, people have little idiosyncrasies that drive me crazy. And his comment to me back was, you've been alone too long, because they don't bother him at all, with his partner. So, it's just, and I realize that I'm not anal. No, I'm not, but I'm also kind of set in my ways.
I'm the 35-year-old version of you, by the way.
Okay.
I've been single 7 out of the 9 years. Last 9 years, I live alone. I have my dog. I have my routines. I get up at the same time, eat the same thing.
Me too.
And it's hard to put somebody into that lifestyle.
I start school on Monday and then I'll be in the same pattern till, next summer. So basically, but the good news is I'm blessed with good friends. Now, a good friend is not a partner, that,
right?
But it sure helps. It makes it a lot easier. And I'm not going to go out. I don't pound the pavement to find somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I don't do it online. I don't go out to the bars. I don't. Basically, my last friend was, we were introduced by a mutual friend, and that's a great way to meet people. And so, it's okay if you say to me, you're going to be alone the rest of your life. I'm okay with that.
That's not advice.
No, that's just a fact.
I got some advice for you. You have gay friends?
Yeah.
Have you considered telling them that you are single?
That I'm available and open.
You're available and open, and that if they know anybody, that you would welcome a coffee date with somebody. Not a big commitment, nothing that's going to shake your life up.
Right.
But the beginning steps of maybe letting somebody into your life.
You know what? As you were saying that, I was thinking, when was the last time I said that to a gay friend? Years that I've said, hey, by the way, do you know anybody? I'm open. I haven't said that for a long, long time.
Maybe people don't know that you're actually interested.
And that's true. They might think they know me. Oh, he's set in his ways. He's blah, blah, blah.
He doesn't want anything.
Right. Yeah.
Turns out, I had to say that to my friends, and they're like, really, you?
Right. Yeah.
We had no idea.
Right.
And so then some things happened.
Yeah.
They introduced me to people. That's my advice to you.
Well, I appreciate it very much. And you know what? That's actually sound advice. And I get it for free too. That's even better.
It's free love advice. I'm telling you, this is no scam here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So I love this advice because I have actually started to do this myself, to let friends know that I am available for dating. I'm not dating online anymore because I feel like it's not a good use of my time and there's no chemistry gauge. So while it is a great way to potentially meet people that are available for dating and quite possibly could or would go on a date with you, I just feel like it's a waste of time. There's too much time being used for matching, swiping, chatting, which oftentimes leads to a first date where there's just no chemistry. No matter how much I wish there were, there isn't. And so I have stopped dating online. I am talking to my friends, telling them that I'm available, and if they have anybody that they'd like to set me up with, I'm open to this. And also just meeting people in my daily life, whether that's through volunteer opportunities, through like friends, party situations, perhaps yoga, which is actually kind of a tough nut to crack. I feel like a yoga studio is a very safe place for women specifically. And it's hard to approach somebody in yoga. Obviously, you're not going to do it in yoga class, like in the middle of a down dog. But my yoga studio in Montreal has this like tea station in the lobby. And oftentimes there's some congregation that happens there. And I have met a great friend there. So I think it's possible to perhaps drink some tea with someone, ask them how the class went. And if there is some sort of connection or chemistry there, ask if they would like to have another tea somewhere else, or like a meal of food perhaps. Okay, next segment is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. You know what? That's the intro. This is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. So how can I help you?
So he is a year older than me.
He being your boyfriend that's standing right next to us.
Yes, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He is leaving for college, and it's not that far, but he'll have to be there most of the time. And I don't want him to have to come home every weekend because I want him to live his college life. But do you have any advice on, how we can make it work and everything? We've been dating for almost 2 years.
How old are you?
I'm 17. He's 18.
Oh.
So we're pretty young, but
yeah. Oh, it's so tough. This is such a tough one because I was single in college and I met my girlfriend in college. I've never had a high school sweetheart, so I don't have any experience in high school sweethearts, but I think you guys can totally, do you want to stay together?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So then why can't you visit him?
I can, but I have soccer and we have 2 days and everything, but I guess the first year won't be too hard because he's only 30 minutes away, but I'll be going to Pittsburgh and that's 5 hours.
Wait, you're going to be 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
For the first year?
For the first year, and then the second year I'll be 5 hours away.
Why don't you just focus on the first year before we focus on the second year?
Yeah, okay.
30 minutes, that's That's right down the street.
I know, but at the same time, like, it's not just. It won't. I don't even think it'll make a difference because, yeah, he could come home the weekends, but he probably won't if it's the thing because he'll be wrapped up in a lot of things.
Yeah, he's gonna be partying.
Yeah,
he's gonna be in college. I mean, give it a shot. You guys want to make it work.
Yeah, we do.
So you're going to come and visit every now and then, not every weekend. You're going to go visit every now and then, not every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to FaceTime each other. Mm-hmm. You're going to text, and everything's going to be okay. And if it's not because you want to have a college experience that doesn't involve a long distance girlfriend, even though 30 minutes does not qualify as long distance,
it will.
It might. Yeah, it might. But that's also living in the future.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
The present moment is that you both want to be together, is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't just want to throw away 2 years just because we're going to college. We don't want to say like, oh, we're going to break up just because we're going to college, you know? But like, if it happens, it happens. But
it's also not throwing it away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because it's over, if it ends, it's not like it was all a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
You had amazing time together. You learned stuff.
That's right.
You grew closer. You built intimacy, and things change.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're losing $100,000.
Exactly.
You still have all the value that you guys built together. So, I mean, I would just enjoy the present moment.
Okay. That's what we've been trying to tell each other because, you know, he's like, oh, you know, I leave in college for 15 days. It's going to be hard. I just want to spend as much time as we can together. But at the same time, I'm like, live for now. But it's hard not to think about the future, you know?
Of course.
So.
All right. Well, enjoy today. Do you want to chime in, brother?
I mean, yeah, sure.
All right. Give him the mic and the headphones.
Switch seats here.
Yeah, he's going to have a seat now. Okay. So same thing applies. Talk into the microphone.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, okay. So what's up? How you feel about this?
I mean, I guess I feel okay, but like, so we've been used to, we go to the same high school for the last 2 years, and I mean, every class is 5 minutes away from her. So it's like, I see her every day. I'm at school. She sees me every day. We're at school. So it's like, I'm going to school. She's going to school, but she's not going to be there every day. You know what I mean? And I mean, I understand, we got to move like apart for a little bit. It's just harder because we're with each other every day.
I think it's going to be really good for you guys to not literally be like joined at the hip.
Yeah.
It'll be fun for you to discover things that you wouldn't have done together.
Yeah.
And meet people. I know that in my experience, when I'm traveling with somebody, I don't meet people.
Yeah.
Because I already have my built-in buddy.
Yeah.
So without my buddy, I'm meeting people. I meet a shit ton of people.
Hey, you met us.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to fucking meet people.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn different things. And you know what? You might develop crushes on other people. That's also awesome. You don't have to act on them.
Yeah.
But you can enjoy the energy that a crush brings you.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen. Maybe you'll talk about it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But it's going to be good. You're young. Oh my God, you're so young. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Have you guys had sex?
No, we actually haven't.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, that's exciting
Kinda
too.
like, in my opinion, like, he's all right with it, but I don't know. I kind of want to wait till I'm 18. I'm 17 now. Even though I know he's someone that I love and that he's not the type of guy to just, I mean, if he's waited 2 years, he's not the type of guy that's all he cares about. So that's how I know. But I guess I just want to wait a little. Like, I don't know. It's not something that's a priority for us. We just kind of have fun doing other things that, I don't know. Sex is just a word, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's an intimate thing. It's just like not the biggest priority for us. When I go to college, it'll be different though. Like, or when we get older, I just feel like I'm still young and I don't know. It's a big deal for me. And, I don't know.
Cool. Take your time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's no rush.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but sex is more than a word.
Well, yeah.
And it is pretty awesome, but also there's no rush.
Okay.
So, yeah, take your time.
Deal.
You guys are fucking awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, that's all I got.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was so cute. So, this is me giving free love advice, and this is also something that I have started doing for you. So, if you want some free love advice from me, go to thelovedrive.com/free love advice, and you can sign up for your very own free love advice session. They are 30 minutes. They are free. I do ask for a small deposit to make sure that you actually show up for your appointment, because whenever you give away something for free, people fucking bail because there's no incentive to actually show up. So there's a small deposit, free love advice, thelovedrive.com/free love advice. Enter your email, click the button. You will be directed to my scheduling page where you can pick a time that works for you. We will meet. We will do a Zoom video call. I will be yours for 30 minutes and we can talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. You're in charge. I am yours. thelovedrive.com/free love advice. This next story I love so much. One of the things that I love about it is that it started how several conversations start. What this person did was they walked by me. They smiled. They looked at the sign. They smirked. They hesitated, and then they kept walking. And this is very, very common. And then they came back 5 minutes later. And I remember everybody. I remember everybody that hesitates because I have a feeling that sometimes they'll come back. And he came back, and I'm so, so grateful because we had a really sweet conversation about learning how to ask for what you want. My name is Sean. This is The Love Drive. Okay, we got 5 minutes. How can I help you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
There's a guy I really like in Vancouver where I'm going back to soon.
Oh, good.
But I'm nervous about it. I'm not sure if he likes me.
Okay.
So how do you suggest I navigate it?
You could ask.
I could ask. I could ask.
It's just so much easier to ask.
Yeah.
Have you been on dates before? What's the story?
We have been on dates, but he had a boyfriend when we were going on dates.
Okay. And now?
And now he doesn't have a boyfriend.
Okay. And so have you reached out to this person?
It's been happening on and off for years, but we both travel a lot, so there's been a lot of kind of misconnections in that process.
Yeah, ships in the night.
Exactly. Lots of ships.
But you're going back to the city that he lives in?
Yeah.
You live in the same city?
I live here now, but I'm from Vancouver, so I'll be spending the next month there.
Okay. And he's gonna be around for the next month?
He'll be around for the next month.
Does he know that you're
He does know. Yes, he reached out because of it.
Have you? Okay, so he reached out, so he wants to see you.
Yes.
I fail to see the issue here.
The issue is my fear. I think I'm afraid of being rejected by him.
Yeah, but careful you're painting.
It's okay.
So fear is not real.
Yeah.
Fear was really good in the caveman days when it saved us from being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. But now, someone that doesn't want to be with you elicits a response that is not going to injure you at all. Mm-hmm. Like not even your heart. If someone rejects you, it's just them indicating a preference and that you're not it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But there are plenty of people who you are it for. So if it's not this person, it can definitely be somebody else. And I also don't want to be with anybody who doesn't want to be with me.
No, nor do I.
So I want to find out if people are into me because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste their time.
Yeah.
And so I'll say things like, I think you're so attractive. I would love to go on a date with you. Would you like to go on a date with me? And they go, yeah, I would. That's a pretty good indicator that they are kind of into me and they want to go on a date with me. Now that'll only get me so far. And then when I want to move it to the next level, then I need to figure out what that conversation looks like. Hey, I've been really enjoying going on all these dates with you. I really like you. I just want to know that I enjoy spending time with you. And I'm curious, do you enjoy spending time with me as well?
Okay, but what if your heart is bursting for the person and you feel like you need to be a little bit more measured in your communication to not freak them the hell out?
I mean, I feel like the thing that I just said isn't gonna freak anybody out. It's not like I didn't say I wanted to marry you on the second date.
Yeah.
I was just being honest about my feelings towards you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to play games because I don't know the rules. I don't know what's too much and not enough. I just want to be honest about how I'm feeling.
Yeah, this is true for me. Here it is.
It's so much easier to say, hey, you know what? We've been sort of in and out of each other's lives. I've been excited about going on dates with you. You've had a boyfriend. We travel. Now I'm here for a while and I'm excited. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
And let them answer. And if it's something like, I don't feel the same way, but I'd still love to go on dates with you. And maybe we can make out and I've always wanted to fuck you or whatever. That's okay if that's okay for you. So figure out like what it is that you want and then ask for it and then see if that matches with what they want. Because that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Can we meet each other's needs?
Yeah.
It sounds like your need is to find out if they like you, if he likes you.
Yeah, that is my need, is to see where they're at.
So ask them where they're at. Go on a date. Have fun.
Yeah.
Then ask them, make out. Maybe make out. Have you guys have made out before?
We've never made out before. No.
Oh, this is so exciting.
No, it's a lot of pent up tension.
So do you, you've obviously made out with people before.
Yes, I have had that chance. Yeah.
So yeah, good. Lucky them. I use this template that I've just been turned on called the invitation template. And it goes something like, I find you incredibly attractive. And if you were interested, I would love to make out with you.
Oh, I like that. So it's, you assert it, then you ask or you invite.
It's an invitation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find you attractive or whatever. You choose the compliment.
Yeah.
If you're interested, I would love to make out with you.
And so do you use this like throughout the sexual process?
That's more like, that's a consent piece of, you could say, there's a lot of nonverbal when you're kind of moving the action forward through the process. But I think that with new partners, it's very important to say, I would like to take is it okay if I take your shirt off? Or I would like to take your shirt off. That's something that you want? And they're like, yeah, please. Oh my God. Let's. I've gotten let's. I've got like let's.
You've gotten lots of let's.
Recently, a few days ago, I had sort of a dream date with this woman that I met on Instagram 6 months ago.
Wow.
And I finally went out with her a few nights ago, and it went really well. And I said something along the lines of, I find you incredibly charming and attractive, and I would really love to make out with you if you're interested. And she goes, let's.
Yes, let's.
So I think you should ask for it. Ask for what you want.
Yeah, and see what happens.
Yeah, ask him if he's into you like you're into him.
Yeah, that's all I can do. Yeah, the time's up. I need to see what's there.
Our time is up. It's been 6 minutes. I know you gave me 5 and I gave you 6.
All right, well let's finish this then.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much. Really, that was helpful. Really, it was.
So glad. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I love the invitation template that we talked about in this last segment. If you didn't hear the How to Get Freaky Without Being Creepy episode with Charlie Glickman, go back to that episode and listen to the segment on the invitation template where we outline several ways of using this invitation template to create situations where people want to say yes. So that episode is episode 20. You can either find it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or just go to thelovedrive.com/EP20. That's Echo Papa 20. Or Edward Parpadelli 20, EP20, thelovedrive.com/EP20 to listen to that episode. This next and final segment was super challenging. First of all, it started off with the gentleman telling me that my shit better be good and that he wasn't playing. And that if it wasn't good, he just didn't have time for bullshit. And so already I was like, oh, fuck, this is serious business. And giving free love advice is always serious business. But I approach life with a playful attitude. So I was ready to do my best. And I was super challenged in this episode or in this segment because I couldn't actually figure out what the issue was for at least 10 minutes. This one was a toughie. I think we figured it out. I also think you're really going to like this segment. I'm calling this segment, Can I Trust This Hoe?
So I just want to say, I'm 26 years old. I was born in Brooklyn, and I traveled around a lot of places in New York and all across the U.S. to figure out what's the best way to be an artist in the times that we're in now and stuff like that. So I really love to read, educate myself. I'm physically strong, been a martial artist since I was 8 years old. And I know I look good. Like girls throw themselves at me on a regular basis, but I'm in it for true love. So like I'm looking for true love. I ain't looking for like something easy, something that's, whatever, hit and miss or whatever. But I'm looking for something that a girl's gonna love me regardless of what I do. A girl's gonna love me regardless of what I do type stuff. But I had that before. I ended up messing it up 5 years and everything. So I'm with this new girl now. And she's provided me with things that, my old girlfriend really never really did that I really wanted and stuff. But I think she a hoe. Like I'm just not gonna even deny it. Like I think she's just not really with it. And then, she's always talking about love, I love you type stuff too. It was sincere at first. It felt sincere at first, but it's just not really the same type of feelings that I get from her, And she's an amazing woman, like, inside and out, all that stuff too. But I just feel like she's playing games now, And I don't know why or what the reasons would be or whatever the case may be at the end of the day, or even why she's even contacting me still if she's playing games, So like, honestly, like, I'm just trying to figure it out, like trying to understand, like, what to do best. Like I could easily just be like, oh, let's not talk and end that there, then, but I'm not 100% sure she's like that. It's just my feelings, how it's just things that just doesn't add up and questions that I can't get answered and shit like that. So maybe the best choice for me is just to move on and cut my losses and keep it moving and stuff. But she's not like a basic woman and stuff like that. She's not like everybody that you meet and stuff like that. She's really original, really unique, and really stands out from the crowd in a lot of ways, so like it's really hard to find women like that too. But if she's not really the type to be in a relationship, a steady relationship, and she's thinking that, this is all fun and games and stuff, then I'm willing to move on with no problem.
Why did you call her a hoe?
She hangs around a lot of dudes on a regular basis. Anytime I meet her, she's with another dude. These guys is all thirsty. Like they just, part of my slang and shit like that, because I talk New York. But like, a lot of guys over there is like really just thirsty for her. She's a gorgeous woman. So it's hard to not, be that way. But like, it's just every time, and then she's really sneaky about stuff. So it's just untrustworthiness at all, like completely untrustworthy. So, and I called her a host because it's, like she just acts like one. Like she's really like acts like one.
What does it mean, act like a hoe?
Just somebody. I guess I could put the PG-13 type definition on this, but
no,
like,
you could be. I mean, you could be explicit. I just want to know like why you use that term to describe her. That's all.
Well, like I'm using that term to describe her because like it's just a lot of insinuating stuff, like just the way she's around other people and stuff like that, and how she's around all these dudes and stuff, and the way she dresses, she just. I don't know, for somebody around my same age and stuff like that, and me being around so many different types of women, it's just like I could tell the difference when somebody's like really trying to be trying to do good and stuff like that, trying to really be there for the man and stuff, and a girl who's just not like just for everybody else type shit, Well,
maybe that's what she wants to wear.
Listen, I got nothing against it. Like I've never called her out on that.
It sounds like you do though. It sounds
no. I just have it with the whole everything else that's concluded. Like she could dress how she dressed if she's, shows that she's loyal to me and stuff like that, shows that I'm the only person. Sure, I don't give a fuck how she acts. I don't give a fuck what she does, but she's not showing even that much.
Well, has she done anything to show you that she's untrustworthy?
Well, I guess like when I first met her, I gave her my passwords to my Instagram and my Facebook and shit like that to let her know that I'm being transparent, let her know that I'm trying to be real with her, trying to keep it 100. And stuff like that, so she knows, like, so she could know, like, I'm not whatever, like, since we was strangers.
DMing other women.
Yeah, like I'm not DMing other women. Other women's not like doing whatever. It's just like I don't have anything that to sit here and let her believe that I'm untrustworthy.
Right.
She did similar things to me, but I didn't bother caring to check because I was like, what, trustworthiness is going to show in the behavior, not in what you do and stuff. And that's just the way I understood it. But like, then she just changed her passwords within a couple weeks. And switched it up and everything like that, and still kept my password, still kept everything on mine and stuff. Then she's like doing these secret messages and shit like that. She's blatantly showed me secret messages, just like, I don't sit here. I'm not the type to argue. I'm not the type to sit here and like sit here and come in your face or even actually write questions, stuff like that. If you're not that type of person, you're going to sit here and tell me these things unconditionally. I don't feel the need to have to ask if we're in a steady, committed relationship. I feel like, if the trustworthiness is there, you're going to show it. You're going to demonstrate it. You're going to want me to want me to believe you're trustworthy.
Have you told her all of this stuff?
Yeah, I've not aggressively, not like directly and stuff like that. I've just basically insinuated like, yeah.
So no is the answer.
Nah, I basically pointed it out, and here and there, like when it comes up and stuff like that, it's like, I'll be like this, like when she showed me the secret messages and stuff like that, a day later or 2 days, I can't remember the exact time, but I basically was like this, because she called me out. She's like, she's constantly believing I'm a hoe because girls throw themselves at me like on a regular, daily basis.
She sounds like the female version of you.
She is the female version of me, except she's not trying to be compatible with me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't date a girl who I don't feel like is compatible with me, but she's not trying to sit here and live it up and actually show. Like, she's definitely like somebody that I click with. We definitely somebody we talk and stuff like that. The relationship is possible. The real relationship, committed relationship, something that's a lifetime, it's possible with her. Yeah. It's not possible with everybody else. Just because the girl is cute doesn't mean she's somebody who's compatible with me.
Right.
Like, that's just how I see it. And I've been around gorgeous model women and stuff like that. I've been around women who's low-key celebrities, like famous, low-key famous and stuff like that. It's got 20,000 followers, 100,000 followers. That stuff doesn't interest me. None of that stuff really phases me. It doesn't matter how you dress, how you carry yourself. What matters to me is like, like what you're bringing to the table. How are you building? How are you willing to build me up? What do you want? What can you see in me? Because I'm going to be trying to build you up. I'm going to be trying to show you around, trying to make sure you level up and stuff like that. But it's hard, man. Like, it's really hard.
What? I think you should sit her down and talk about what it is that you want in a relationship and see if she wants the same thing.
Maybe that's the right route, but we don't hang around long enough to sit here. Cause like we're barely around each other. This is the first time haven't been around for over 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And I'm finna break up with her like right there, like right now, like type shit.
Why don't you just ask her to come over or whatever, or have a date where you sit down and you talk about this stuff? I've done hit her up. I've done hit her up yesterday about hanging out and stuff like that. And I done hit her up today, and she's checked the messages and shit like that before I even came here. Well, wait, why don't you just? I mean, how long have you been dating?
It's going on 3 months now.
So why don't you just call her?
Bro, like,
and leave her a voicemail and say, hey, I'd really like to talk to you. These are the things I want to talk to you about.
The thing is, when I'm with her, she's so fun to be around and so like thrilling and stuff like that I don't really want to bring up the stresses and stuff like that because we barely see each other as it is.
I mean, that's my advice, is to start talking about this shit and not just insinuate stuff. Because if you want what you want, you got to talk about it. You can't. I know it's fun, and there's a fear component. You're scared of, if you bring this stuff up, it's gonna end.
Yeah, I am scared of that. That's a fact.
So bring it up, because you got nothing to lose. You don't even have anything right now. She's, like you've been 2 weeks without seeing her. You think this might be somebody that you can see in the long run, but you won't know that until you talk to her about it. And maybe you can even talk about some of these concerns that you have that, that she hangs out with a lot of guys. I don't actually think that's a problem. I hang out with a lot of women. I'm very trustworthy. It sounds like you have some trust issues.
It's not really that she's hanging around with the dudes and stuff like that. Like, I've never cared about shit like that in my life. It's just the fact that all of these things together, and then the fact that she's also being untrustworthy at the same time, and also not really giving a fuck if I even trust her or not, is really just a question. It's like, all right, if you want to do that, go ahead. Like, just stop bringing me along. Stop dragging me around that stuff. Because I could find somebody else. Like, it's not hard.
You need to figure out if she's a player or not.
That's exactly what I'm trying to see.
So the only way to do it is to talk to her about it. I mean, she might lie to you, but...
Bro, like, that's exactly what I'm expecting, is her lying the whole time. And she's a player, which is not a problem, because I can be a player.
But you don't want that.
I really don't want that. If I want to be a player, I'd rather be single. Because that way I'm not trying to hide.
I mean... My advice is to talk to her about it and be upfront, like actually literally show her who you are. Like you showed me, like be vulnerable, show some intimacy, tell her what you're really about, and see if she's along for the ride. I mean, I don't believe that we should share passwords with our partners. I don't think that that's a sign of trustworthiness. I think that's a sign of some weird game. Like I've never given anybody any of my passwords, and I'm not untrustworthy.
She's the only person I ever did that with. Only because it's just that she's the only girl I dated that was actually a stranger before I even became a relationship. Because I usually wait, like if a girl's a stranger, I tell the girl straight up, no, we're not dating until I know you for at least a year.
Yeah.
And that usually throws them off every time. So I'm not stressing it and stuff like that. But with her, I was so into her. I was so attracted to her. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just try to make it work and stuff like that. And it's not like it's just like whatever. Like there is like, she does like there's been times where she's went out of her way to make it known that she really cares. But then there's those other times where it's just like, yeah, you starting to act funny now, you know?
But what does that even mean?
Funny?
Yeah.
It's just like really finicky, really flaky, like suddenly like hard to reach, hard to contact.
Well, that I have zero tolerance for that shit.
Zero tolerance?
I mean,
please put me on.
I mean, if you're available, you're available. You don't just stop being available. I mean, that just means that to me, it means that she's probably not available.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm guessing. That's
you
exactly
can ask
what I'm
her, are you
vibing
fucking
with.
available for this or not? Because when I text you don't text me back for 4 days, makes me think like you're not available.
That's deep. Yo, put me on to some more. What you talking about, the zero tolerance stuff? Like how?
The zero tolerance is like, I have zero tolerance for people who are not available. Like, we're on our phones 24 hours a day.
Facts.
So if I don't text you back in 3 days, it means I'm not interested. And
Facts.
I try not to do that. I try to let somebody know that I'm not interested by just telling them, hey, this isn't working for me. I think you're amazing. We had a great time doing XYZ. I'm not available for anything more at this time. But like people they're not used to doing that. They're not used to being honest about what it is that they want because they're scared of rejection. They're scared of hurting other people's feelings. They're scared of how they're going to look in front of other people. They're scared of their potential reputation. And so we just ghost people, you know, like we're not honest about it. So like, I don't know if this woman's going to be honest with you if you bring her honesty. But when you bring real honesty to a relationship, it empowers other people to be honest as well.
That's a fact. Yeah.
So you got nothing to lose. You sit this woman down and you tell her exactly what you've been thinking. It might work in your favor and it might not. But not doing it isn't going to make it any better. Like, we're not going to manipulate the situation and we're not going to like find out some weird, funky ways of avoiding the issues so that she eventually finds out how amazing you are. Like, that's some like multi-level inception shit that doesn't work. Like, all we have is you're here, you have needs, you have wants, you can express them, and they can choose whether they meet you halfway or not.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't meet you, then you peace.
That's a fact. Thank you, man, because I get the vibe that I needed this conversation before because literally on the way here, I was just obsessing over this. Like, what am I going to do about this? Should I just ghost her? And you answered all of those really.
Can't ghost.
Yeah, nah. You know what? I've never ghosted before, and I'm not going to start now.
Just talk to her.
Yeah.
And it might not work, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine by me,
You're
too.
young, you're good looking, you're smart, you're fit. I mean, you'll be okay. And you know what you want. Like, that's rare.
Yeah.
So go get it.
Yeah, good looks, man.
All right, man. The Love Drive is produced by me, Sean Galanos, with the help from Guilford Street Studios. Thank you so much for all of your support. These last 5 weeks have been really exciting for me because week over week, the podcast has grown 20%. So every week there's been 20% more listeners, and I have you to thank for that. So thank you so much. If you want some free love advice, thelovedrive.com/free love advice. If you want to apply for the internship, thelovedrive.com/HELP. Next week on The Love Drive, I am just fucking, what am I? I'm pumped. I am pumped to bring you an episode with Yana Talon Hicks, who is a sex therapist, sex educator, all around beautiful badass. And the episode is all about how to be an ethical hookup. I am uber pumped about this episode because our podcast chemistry is awesome. The content is amazing. She's hilarious and an effective sex educator. And I sort of get a mini therapy session on my practices, which I thought were ethical.
Because you have been raised with a certain set of power standards that probably let you breach ethics more often without you thinking about it.